Hello, welcome back. Today's story is going to be about my cross-country trip from Southern California to Northern Virginia. The reason this choice was made was because it was the only way that I can be with the love of my life. It was sad to leave my friends and family behind, but they were supportive. As crazy as they thought I was, they were there for me. I packed my suitcases. I crammed the shiz out of my Toyota Yaris, which barely survived the trip, by the way. No, it was a pretty reliable car, but it was just really tiny. And yeah, I said my goodbyes and went on this trip. Out of respect for this person, I will only talk about my side of the story. I did have a friend at the time who came on this trip for me. But like I said, I'm just gonna focus on me and the trip and my buddy Panic, who was sitting in the backseat. Yeah. He made this trip like zero fun. Oh, and you might be wondering, Irse, why the heck did you not fly over to Virginia? And the honest truth is, I'm a big fat scaredy cat. I've got a list of fears that I am currently working on overcoming. Two of which I feel like I've practically overcome, so pretty proud of that. But anyway, I am terrified of dying in a plane crash. I'm not scared of heights. When the plane ascends and descends, I get a little, like, my stomach turns like I'm on a roller coaster ride, which is also another thing I don't do. I do not do roller coasters. Let me get started with leaving Southern California and barely making it to Arizona and already having my first anxiety attack. Yeah, I did not make it that far. It was in Arizona when I had my first anxiety attack of the trip. I don't know what happened. From what I can remember, I just couldn't breathe, hyperventilate, and have a panic attack. So when you're driving in a car for long periods of time, you just can't do it. Next stop, New Mexico. It was the very first time I had seen sand dunes in real life. I've seen sand dunes in movies. I knew what they were. I'd never seen them, and I'd never seen them so close. And they freaked me out. It was the fact that I saw something new that I've never seen in my life before. I'm driving, trying not to look at the sand dunes while my friend was like taking pictures. I'm like, oh my god, this is so cool, you know? I was like, I'm gonna keep my eyes on the road. Texas. Nothing scary happened in Texas. It was just a really long drive. It was hours and hours of fighting off another panic attack because even though there was nothing to panic over, nothing scary happened during the drive through that state. Once you already have a couple panic attacks, it seems like your body just wants to keep getting them. It seems like your mind has lost control and the panic attacks have become one after the other. My muscles were tensed up, my teeth were clenched, my hands tight on the wheel. I was not relaxed at all. Oh, actually, now that I remember, it was during the night when we had reached Texas, and then in the morning, we were passing by like big cities and big buildings. The Texas freeways and how there's like they crisscross and have like 6 levels of freeways, that was kind of scary. That kind of freaked me out, not gonna lie. They're all gonna collapse, I'm gonna die. I'm telling you, I'm a big fat scaredy cat, and I'm working on it. Like I don't know. I don't know why I'm like this. I think we drove through Oklahoma, but I can't remember. Like, no offense if we did, not much that we saw, not much action there. So moving on to Arkansas. Oh Jeebus, Arkansas. That was when I had my worst anxiety attack. Unfortunately, I don't remember exactly where in Arkansas. I mean, if I look at my medical records, I'd probably be able, but I don't have those with me. Yeah, so I ended up in the ER. The whole reason why I even ended up in the ER was because we almost hit a semi. My life flashed before my eyes. Everything seemed to go slow motion. We came very close, but we did not hit it. And we had to pull over to the side of the road because I legit thought I was having a heart attack. You're gonna hear that a lot. By this time, that shit was getting old. Excuse my French. Anyway, ended up going to a little weird ass like Baptist hospital in the middle of nowhere in Arkansas. We were the only ones there. Literally the only ones there, and it took what seemed like hours to be seen. But finally, they got me in, and I told them what I was feeling. Was pretty convinced that like if they didn't do something, I was gonna go into cardiac arrest or whatever. They came to the conclusion that I was having just a major panic attack, obviously, and they were gonna give me Xanax. I fought with them verbally. I said, no, like, you don't understand. Like, I don't trust medicine. I don't trust any kind of medication or any kind of painkillers or whatever it is you want to give me. I cannot. And the doctor was straight up with me. He's like, well, you're having a really bad panic attack, and this isn't gonna make you have like a heart attack or anything. This is supposed to calm you down. I need to just conk out, basically. And he was trying to explain that to me, and then I gave in. And silly me, my thoughts were, all right, you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. If Xanax kills you, so be it. I won't know unless I take that risk. Took the Xanax. Unfortunately for my friend, I had to stick to the passenger seat until we arrived to Virginia. We still had 14 hours to go because we had to drive through Tennessee before getting to Virginia. Woke up hours later. I think I woke up 8 hours later. We drove through Tennessee, which is actually really beautiful, and finally arrived to Virginia 14 hours later. By the time we parked in front of a Super 8 motel, I didn't even care. It was a sketchy looking motel. I was ready to get out of that car. Got out, took the one suitcase with most of my essentials, and we both like threw ourselves on the bed and called it a freaking day. Like I mentioned earlier, I drove cross country another 2 times, and this time with my husband. We went to visit his family in Oregon, and then we had to drive obviously back from Oregon to Virginia. Those 2 times were fun, and I think I'm going to do another video on that, go in a little bit more detail, because that was actually a great experience. The sun came out. I don't know how long that's gonna last. Anyway, so that's it. That wraps up the cross-country trip. There I go again. Cross-country trip from the West Coast to the East Coast. Thank God. I can only say that these experiences were necessary. I am glad that this trip happened, that I suffered a little from it, because I'm here now. I've come a long way, and now I'm sharing my story. I almost forgot to wrap up the video. Just wanted to say thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being supportive, and of course, Do your best to smile every day and stay positive. Bye.